Hi, my name is Salami. I'm a business performance coach and business performance strategist. My aim through this video and the channel as a whole is to help business owners to simplify the way they run their business and improve business health. And the part of all of that is looking at your finances. Now, in thinking about your business as a body, if you like, or as a person, as an individual, your business has different aches and pains at different times too. It has different challenges at different times that if you don't pay attention to, could potentially lead to more problems in the future. One of those areas is your finances, and that's why I'm running this series, this finance series. This is the first of a few, quite a few to come. And so in this series, I'm going to be talking about something that's quite important and I believe very foundational. And this is looking at the numbers, the finance numbers that matter in business and why. Now, why numbers? Why do numbers matter at all? I put this on here because I know that for a lot of business owners who don't come from a finance background or numbers background, if you like, business background, we struggle with the numbers in the business. We struggle with the fact that they can be confusing, they can be daunting, there can be so much data flying all over the place. It's difficult sometimes to even understand what to look at. And sometimes we struggle with it because it might be telling us what we don't want to know. Today, I'm going to narrow down for you the most important numbers to keep an eye on in your business finances. Because I believe that numbers matter. Numbers tell you a story. Every number matters. Someone told me a while ago that the number zero, and it is a number, zero is a number. The number zero actually tells you something. The number zero matters. So don't be worried or concerned about looking at your numbers. Be more interested, if you like, in what the numbers are telling you, because numbers don't lie. Numbers tell a story, but numbers never lie. So in the next slide, I'm just going to go through a few of the numbers that really matters when you're looking at your finances and hopefully help you to understand them as well. The first number, and this is one that most of us are very familiar with, the first number is sales. Some call it income, some would call it revenue. Your sales income revenue is really the amount of money that you get from your sales, or from selling your goods and services to your clients or customers. It's the money that comes into your business as a result of your business activities. That is fairly straightforward. But one thing that we all need to bear in mind is that sales is, what's the best word for it? Sales or revenue is actually vanity, and when you go around, you hear people talk about, my sales, I'm a 5-figure business, a 6-figure business, 7-figure business. That's great. It is vanity. It's vanity because it doesn't really tell the full story. Your sales alone is great to know and it's quite motivating actually. You see the rewards of your effort immediately, but it doesn't tell the full story. But it's important to keep an eye on it. The next one is your gross margin. Your gross margin is one that if you don't come from an accounting background, you might not be familiar with, or if you didn't work in a business before, have a business background. A gross margin is simply the difference between your sales and all the money that you spend, or the direct costs that you spend in delivering your goods and services to your customers. So if you're in a product-based business, for example, say you're selling, let's see, you're selling shoes, for example. If you're selling shoes, all the cost of manufacturing the shoes or buying the stock from the manufacturers is your direct cost. It's a direct cost of delivering or of offering your goods or services to your clients. The difference between that and your sales is your gross margin. Now, this can be expressed as a percentage or as a number, but it is a very important one. The higher it is, the better, because it gives you room. It gives you room to look at the other things we talk about further down, like your expenses. It gives you room to ensure that you have a profit. Now, profit is the next one, and one that we probably are all familiar with. It's always great to make it look good on paper, doesn't necessarily translate to what's really going on in your business, but it's an important one as well. So your profit is your business, all the expenses that it takes to run your business, including your direct costs, which we spoke about a minute ago. It's all the money, including things like your utility bills, your rent, your administrative costs, stationery costs, labor costs, all the costs in your business, less your sales is your profit. So the difference between gross margin and your profit is that your gross margin is just taking the direct cost of providing your goods and services off the sales, whereas the profit is taking all your overall costs and expenses in your business from your sales. That's what shows your profit. It's very important to keep an eye on that as well. The next one is your expenses, which I've touched on already. Your expenses basically is the cost of everything else in your business, apart from the direct cost of providing the sales, the goods to your client. So your expenses would include things like your mobile phone bills, costs for printing, stationery, printing, any other cost in your business really that you can think about. Those are your expenses. You want to keep that as low as possible because it affects your profit. Another cost you want to keep an eye on, actually not a cost, but another thing, and this is probably the most important thing that you need to keep an eye on in your business, is cash. How much money do you have in your business? Money helps you to make things happen in your business. Without money, businesses go bust. But most businesses that actually close their doors and stop operating, it's mainly because they run out of cash. They simply run out of cash. Not because their goods or services are no longer viable, not because people don't want to buy from them, but because they simply don't have the cash in the bank to make their day-to-day commitments. So it's very important to keep an eye on cash. It is said that cash is king. Cash is the number one figure that you must keep an eye on. The last one I would encourage you to keep an eye on is your savings, your business savings. Not your personal savings, but your business savings. Your business ideally should have 2 to 3 months savings or reserves of expenses rather. So your expenses is important, like I said earlier, to know how much expenses, how much money you need to meet your expenses every month, how much you spend on your business expenses. Now, you need to save 2 to 3 months worth of that in a separate account, if you can, to meet your business needs in case you have a downtime in your business, or things are going on in the country, in the economy, that affects your business in a drastic way. What it does is it gives you room, it gives you flexibility, it takes the pressure off, it gives you a buffer, it gives you time to maneuver, to look at things again and maybe make changes in your business if necessary. So it's important to have a cash reserve. So those 6 areas are key numbers or key things to keep an eye on when you're looking at your financial numbers. Your sales, your gross margin, your profit, your expenses, your cash, and your savings. Now, if you have any question about any of this, I'd love to have a conversation with you. You can put a comment below, or you can send me an email on my personal mail, Tayo@Charisplan, that's CHARISPLAN, Tayo@charisplan.com, or join my business health club on Facebook. It's a community of business owners like you, and we help each other troubleshoot and get through any challenges that might affect our business health. So come and join us, and in the group you can ask any questions that you have. I'll be right there to answer you. Take care. Bye-bye.